Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Thawahgabar for Black Authentic Truth. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for supporting me. Now, I know everybody knows about the news, the fire, the Armageddon in California, in Los Angeles, particularly in those areas. And it's a bad deal, of course. People losing their homes, people losing their lives. You see in the video footage, it just looked like pure destruction. Some people are calling it Hell Angeles, uh, calling it apocalyptic type of scenario, end time scenario. It looks like hell on earth in Los Angeles right now. The sky, many of those pictures are going viral, videos are going viral. You see the comments, the people that have lost their homes, the people that are fighting. There's videos of people actually, with water hoses trying to protect their homes from being caught on fire, being surrounded by homes that are already burnt down, pleading for help. I seen a video with a brother that was pleading for help. I believe his house was saved, but the fire skipped over his home and didn't burn his home. And so he thought his home was burnt down. When he went back, his house had not been touched, and he was asking for people to help. His wife had went to the store to get bottles of water because the water wasn't on. There was no water. They're talking about blaming different people. Everybody is blaming people, right? You have the fire department saying they didn't have enough resources. Los Angeles cut a lot of money from the budget for firefighters. They don't have enough firefighters to fight this fire. It's just a lot of stuff going on. I just seen a story also where a drone hit a firefighting plane, or a firefighting plane hit a drone and had to land. So there's a lot of stories within the story. And what I will say is that I know people probably think that this is mostly rich areas, but this is also working class people, working class everyday people that have homes, especially in Pasadena, in Eaton. You know, I know they're talking about, Pacific Palisades and Malibu and PCH and all of the celebrities that lost their homes, Paris Hilton, and I can't name any of the celebrities. I can't remember the names, but a lot of celebrities, living in those nice areas have lost their homes too. And so there's a lot of talking points. There's a lot of things to point out when it goes to this, when it comes to these fires. Also, the fact that this is something that happens every year. There's fires every year in California, especially in this area, San Bernardino Mountains. It's always fires. Because it's a lot of brush. It could get dry, and I just need somebody to help me out with that. They said because of the lack of rain and also the Santa Ana winds, that's why this fire occurred. But I feel like somebody had to start this fire. And I feel like most fires are started by people, whether it's from like negligence, not paying attention, throwing a cigarette butt. I think a lot of fires are started that way. But it's been cold, it's been cool. It ain't been hot weather. So that I gotta, it's a question mark there. But that's not really important to the point that I want to make pertaining to this video and talking about this fire in California. Uh, Many people have lost everything. Their houses have been razed to the ground, and you hear people talking about the memories in those homes, which is very understandable from a human perspective. That's understandable if you lose everything that you own, right? We can all agree that if you was to leave home and then come back and your house was destroyed and there was nothing that you could get to salvage, that the pictures, the memories, the priceless things, yeah, that would sting a little bit. I agree, that would sting a little bit. You see where I've seen where celebrities have talked about this, like they've grew up in these homes, they raised their children in these homes, and I've seen people that are just flat out crying because they done lost everything they've built, and they're just, working class people. So I understand that, I get that, but what people have to understand, number one, is this: is that there is no materials, there is nothing that is as important as your life. There's nothing that is important as your life. There's a lot of people that are living on hard times. There are homeless people are all over Los Angeles. I mean, you can't go nowhere without seeing homeless people. You go on Hollywood Boulevard, you're going to see homeless people sleeping on the concrete while a Lamborghini is driving by. I mean, the visuals is just crazy. The contrast is crazy. So, there's a lot of people that are doing bad in messed up situations and have been in messed up situations, some people their whole lives. You can look at the world right now. You can look at what's going over there in Palestine. You can look at a lot of places and see that people are on hard times, and there's a lot of people that have been, put in situations that are life changing. But the most important thing is to remember that, life may change, but if you still got your life, that's the number one thing. Now, when you look at the videos and the news clips of this fire, it looks like Armageddon. It looks crazy. I agree. It looks, like hell on earth. I agree. But if you were able to get out of that unscathed, and maybe your car is destroyed, or maybe your house burned down or something like that, you're still winning. These people are still winning. And especially those rich people, they will be able to rebuild their homes. They will be able to bounce back easily. But for the working class people, the people who, the insurance companies stopped, pulled out about a few months ago, yeah, I can understand the plight of those people and where are they going to go now. And the number one point I want to make about all of this, right? This is the most important point that everybody is overlooking, I think, in this situation, because you have people saying, somebody started the fire. Who started the fire? There's still active investigations on how these fires started. Uh, Fire hydrants were running out of water. There was no water. The reservoir for the city of Pacific Palisades was empty. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of pointing of fingers and how did this happen? Why did this happen? What could have been done to prevent this? You got to remember, the Lord is in control of everything. There's nothing anyone could have done to prevent this. It was bound to happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And I feel like that's what a lot of people forget. They forget, or they don't even care. They don't even consider who's in control of all of this, because people walk around and they live their life as though they're actually in control of everything. They believe that they're in control, and because we live in a place that is touted as the best place to be. I'm not talking about the state of California, but I'm talking about United States in general. Because we live in a place that's touted as the greatest place to be, the thought of disaster doesn't even enter the mind of people. The thought of not having any control doesn't enter the mind of people. The thought of God being in control, the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, being in control, saying that I do all of these things, saying that I create, light and darkness, saying that these things would happen, that thought escapes a lot of people. A lot of people are so prideful and so proud, especially Americans, that they couldn't even consider that this is of the Lord. This is going to happen no matter what. It didn't matter if they had enough water or not. It didn't matter if they had enough firefighters or not. I can't even remember a time when the wind blew this hard, when the Santa Ana winds came through. I can't remember a time. So the way firefighters is putting it is like it is something they have never seen before. And people don't consider that this is not what one person could have did, or what a politician could have did, or more funding to this. None of that would have stopped this. So I think that's what gets lost in the sauce, and that's what people don't focus on, and people are focusing on everything else instead of looking at the fact that the Most High let this happen. He created all of those things. If a magnitude 7.88, 9, 10 magnitude earthquake happens tomorrow, there's nothing nobody can do about it. You know what I mean? There's just these natural disasters that man cannot control. He doesn't have the resources, he doesn't have the power, he doesn't have the ability, he doesn't have the technology to stop. When they're set forth to happen, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. So let me know what y'all think about what I just said. Give me your thoughts. and your opinions. And with that, this is Black Authentic Truth.